Hey, Zidorag here, coming to another video review, and today I'll be taking a look at Leader Class Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen. Whew boy, okay, strap in, we're in for a long one here. Anyway, start things off as usual. Here's his size compared to a soda can. I'd say pretty much what you could expect from a Leader Class figure. As far as colors are concerned, it's basically what you can expect from an Optimus Prime mold. Mostly gray, quite a bit of red, quite a bit of blue, some black, silver, and then a few extra colors like translucent plastic and gold paint thrown in. View from above and below. Yeah, you can sort of see his legs hanging out here, but I think, all things considered, this is a pretty clean underside for a Optimus truck mode like this. For some reason, I especially like the headache rack being back here. He can roll, as things should. Doesn't really have any other posability to speak of. He does have a light and sound gimmick. There is a button right back here, right there, and when you push it, you just get a sort of revving sound, and his chest lights up. Pretty basic, but it's a thing. He does have accessories, but they're not accessible in vehicle mode, so there's not much point talking about them here. Okay, so now we get ready for the fun part. The transformation into robot mode. Okay, let's go. Now, I can't really decide which is worse, this guy or Alternator's Jazz. Whatever. Alright, so start things off. Okay, well, let's go. Can't really decide who's worse, this guy or Alternator's smokescreen. Well, let's get going. So to start things off, just attach this entire side of the vehicle from the main body. Same thing over here. It simply attaches with this clip here going over that tab. Just fold the whole thing over on that double hinge. And we'll go ahead and deal with it right now. It's on a sliding post here, so you want to get this post unplugged from there, which usually isn't this difficult, but of course it is because it's on camera. Ah, there we go. No, not ready for you yet. And then slide the whole thing down like this. Bring this around, and then there is a tab here that will go into a slot right there. If I can get it to go. Ah, there we go. Let's see if I can show that to you. Tab into the slot there. Just put it together, and this already came out on its own. So basically what you want to do is just spin this. No, just spin this around, and then this tab will go into that slot right there. And now finally there is a post that will plug into that port right there, and just hold everything together. Let me raise the camera up a little bit. Let's go ahead and do this part first. Bring this out. Swing it around, tab into slot. Get all this unplugged from there and spin it around, spin that around. Tab into slot, peg in, and there you have his backpack all done. Next thing we want to do is take the grill and detach it from the front of the vehicle, and then just take this entire upper section and get it loosened up. It all tabs in very securely. There's a tab here, here, and then these tabs here that all go into slots there, there, and there. So just bring this whole thing up. Oh, gotta untab back here first. So just bring this whole thing up. For now, we're gonna leave the legs alone and just put them right there. Take these, fold them up on these double hinges, spin them around, and then these ports right here will plug onto those posts right there. There we go. So again, accordion this up, spin it around, plug port onto post, and there you go. Not the best of backpacks, but it does the job. Next thing you want to do is just split all of this. Take these things, pull them out away from this front section, and get these panels folded out just enough that you can take the cab section and bring it out and back, out and back. Just get the arms out of the way. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a bit. Just ignore that for now. Just get the legs down and out of the way. Take the head. Jesus, that spooked me. Stop it! Okay, take the head, move it. We know! Stop it! Take this and just accordion that back like that. Then come to here. Gotta raise this up a little bit. Come to here, fold this panel out, and then just bring all this down, and there is a post right here that'll go into this track. There's not really any one way to do it. You just kind of gotta work it in there. And then, as you can see on this one, there's a port that'll plug onto that, so just get that down, get the arms out of the way, and there you basically have the chest, but you can, just sort of realign those and give him the mean staring chest. So again, fold out this panel, bring this down, get this peg into that track, pop that down, give him the staring chest of doom, and there you have his torso done. Now for the arms, just sort of straighten these out, get these up out of the way, take these panels, oh wait, no, you gotta bring this up first, take these panels out to the side, collapse them like this, and then just take all of this, it will accordion up, oh wait, hang on. Okay, I did stuff a little out of order. You want to leave the chest panels up for now, so you can bring the arms up, and these tabs will go into those clips right there. Just bring that up. All of this will just sandwich in there. You'll want to bend the... There we go. So you'll want to bend the arm just a little bit so that you can bring up this silver panel. Turn the arm like that. Take the forearm, turn it forward just a little bit. Probably bend it one more time. Bring it down. Get this all the way up, and there you have an arm. Now you can take the chest panel and plug it into place just like that. There we go. Do the same thing with the other arm. Just swing all this up so that This tab goes into that clip. Come on. This sandwiches in there. Bring up this silver panel. Bring up the silver panel. Bring the arm up. Turn it straight. Bring it down. Fold this up. Turn this around. Bring this back. Oh. Another thing you want to do is take this panel that's on a slider and push it back like that. Do the same thing over here. Bring this back. Bend the arm a couple times. Fold the blade up, and I usually end up having to use this arm panel to hold it in place, because, as you saw, otherwise it sort of flips out on its own. Again, put this, and there you have the upper body all done. Whew! Okay, move on to the lower body now. Just collapse these wheels in. Split what will become the feet, like that. Oh, come on. Just bring this panel up and out of the way. Spread out his toes. Collapse that down. Fold this up. And there is a tab here that will go into a clip right there. And of course, just bring that up, get this wheel out of the way, bring the leg down, get that down. There is a post here that'll plug into that port right there. Take this wheel well, move it back a little bit, pull out this leg panel. Again, do the same over here, straighten down the leg, bring that down, oh, bring out the knee armor a bit. Take this, give me a moment, this guy gets heavier as time goes on. Take this leg panel and pop it out just a little bit. Stay. Just bring this up, fold out the toes, fold up, bring that into place, peg into port, tilt this back a little bit. Now we're almost done. Just to get his legs to where he'll stand. And there is a post in here. I'll go into the port there, and when you do that, crap. Okay. Okay, when you plug his upper body onto his lower body, if I can get it into shot, he makes a sound and his chest lights up. So then once you get into this, you just got to get him to where he'll stand. Whew! That was a mess. Whew, okay, that is the most difficult part of the video out of the way. So, to start off, here we have him in his robot mode, size to a soda can. Basically what you would expect from a Leader Class figure. As far as colors are concerned, they're more or less the same as before, but with a few alterations. A lot of light gray, as well as a lot of blue, red, black, some silver paint, some translucent or just straight up clear parts. He's very wobbly in my hands. But with the addition of some copper paint, that same gold paint, and now some translucent orange plastic. This guy has bits flopping everywhere. View from above and from below. His posability in this mode is actually quite good, but there are certain things that hamper it, and I'll get into those shortly. First, his head is on a swivel. However, it can only go side to side that much until his shoulders get in the way. Or his chest, I guess. You can raise up this transformation joint, and by doing that, his head can go all the way around. Although it seriously feels like it's not supposed to. But with that same joint, his head can go up that far and down that far. So he does have a pretty good range of kick. Pretty good range of motion on that. Hey. Ball joints on his feet are really loose, though. His arms can go back and forth at the body, out to the side that far. So if you get this out of the way, they can go all the way up to there, which is pretty good. Arms can go all the way around on a nice ratcheting joint. Can swivel just below or just above the shoulder, and it does have that Mech Alive gimmick, which just has some rotating pieces in there. Although it's so hard to see, it may as well not be there. The arm can bend, whoa, hey, come on, that far at one joint in the arm, but it can't fully straighten out because this blade gets in the way. The hands can rotate all the way around on a swivel, which is a minor downgrade from the previous version of the figure, the Movie 1 figure, which actually had posable fingers and everything. So, go figure. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, out to the side that far, which isn't really all that much. Can swivel just about that much just below the hip. Unfortunately, his legs can, bend forward for some breakage, but they can also bend back that far. This piece can wiggle. And his feet are on ball joints, so they can tilt side to side, move all the way down, move up a little bit, and turn side to side, but, this gets in the way unless you just want to, move it out like that. My biggest complaint with this guy is that nothing really gets secured in place that well. So everything flops around. His backpack flops around. In fact, it's already come undone again. His backpack flops around. His leg panels, they flop around. His arm panels flop around. His chest flops around. He is floppy to the max. But I still think he's a cool figure overall. He does have a light and sound gimmick, which you saw several times during the transformation, but to activate it properly, there is this panel just above his waist, and when you push it all the way down, it causes his head to lift up and lifts his chest a little bit. So there is a little bit of movement in there, which is pretty neat, as well as some light up. And he does have these Energon swords. Now, these things are a really big point of contention for a lot of people, myself included, because we lost the gun and gained these swords that just get in the way. I mean, if you look at how these stick out, he can't straighten his arms fully. And then, of course, this one, the clip has gone bad. Anyway, they're actually spring-loaded, so to deploy them, there is a little switch right here, and when you pull it, come on, the blade flops out, and it's a pretty nice little thing. Fairly well detailed, not much paint on it, but it does what it's supposed to. Looks a little better from this angle. I mean, for what it is, I like it. Although with it out like that, he can now straighten his arm fully, so there's that. And so what a lot of people did, hey, whoa, including myself for the first couple years that I owned this guy, is they modified him by taking those 3 screws out of him and just popping the swords off completely. Didn't affect transformation. In fact, it actually made transformation a little bit easier. Made it easier to pose him, but of course he lost his weapons. He does have two of them. But like I said, they just get in the way, they flop everywhere, and they're just a bit of a nuisance. It's neat that he has them, but there just should have been a better way to implement them. Remember correctly, either in the third movie or as a reissue of this figure, stop falling over. These fuel tanks on his back could come off and turn into I think either one big gun or two smaller guns. Either way, I would prefer that to this. And of course, there's the fact that his legs just won't stay in place and he just keeps falling all over the place. Or his feet won't stay in place. Aside from the swords, my biggest issue are his feet, because he just will not stand. I mean, right now, I have him leaning on his feet, and the fact that they're so big and heavy is the only reason he's not falling on his face and falling off the table. Anyway, I know I've been railing against this figure, but it's actually a really good figure, and I quite like it. I mean, it has a pretty good range of posability, some nice, heavy ratchet joints, and especially compared to the figure from the first movie, it's fairly, screen accurate. Not completely, but it does a pretty good job of it. My only real issues are a lot of the hinges and ball joints are loose, and of course the swords. But aside from that, I think it's a pretty good figure. But with that said, that finishes up my review of the Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. So, until next time, bye-bye.